Gbogbo wa la máa jẹ breakfast. Àsìkò tí kálukú máa jẹ breakfast nìkan ló yàtọ̀ síra wọn. Welcome back to Chukitable Media. So everybody go collect, and everybody is collecting. So as Dangote is also collecting from all this problem. What is wrong with Dangote? What is wrong with Dangote? Dangote is crying out, my people. What is his offense? Who did he offended? Because people are saying Dangote is too much available these days. Everybody is seeing him here and there on the social media, on the conventional media. Dangote is just too much available these days, granting interview left and right and defending himself and defending his business. What is wrong? Who is pursuing Dangote? Why are his support base dried up? People say the route a man takes to rise up, he could also take it crashing down. Where are the friends of Dangote? Now they are now running his business down. Look at all these government officials and the politicians talking bad about our own Dangote, our father Dangote, the richest man in Africa. How could it be? What has he done? Who has he offended? Do they want to destroy his business? After all, this guy contributed towards this business. What is wrong? Can anybody explain this to me? Because I don't know. And that is why I'm asking. If you have information about this, could you please give us more information? Allow us to learn more and listen to this. Listen to them. I will put the video here now. You will see. You will listen to them. And you can now judge. Because, I mean, Dangote is closer to the presidency. Why are these politicians behaving like this? They want to run our father down upon everything he's trying to do. This guy said it's just working for Nigeria. Everything Dangote is doing, he said it's just for Nigeria. It's not for anything. It's not for any other country. It's for Nigeria. I can't believe this. Friend has now turned to enemy. So what rest people also could also crash them down. Let them leave Dangote alone. They are all in the same shoe. Emefiele today. Emefiele Lenny, I don't know. You know where he is. You know who he offended. Maybe Dangote is got into that way too, with all the position they gave to him. Economic advisor, economic committee here and there and stuff. Listen to what this official are saying about Dangote. Eberu Olorun. Eberu Aje. Dangote Eberu Aje. They say Dangote is a quota system billionaire. And he's saying, no, what do you mean I work for my money? I'm not here to judge any one of them. Because they are all the same, in the same shoe. Okay. The drama has just started. This is part 1. And I'll bring you the reaction of Dangote himself, where he's trying to defend himself. Thank you for listening. Chukitable Media.
So, in other words,
concerns about supply of petroleum products nationwide and the claims by some media houses that we're trying to scuttle Dangote refinery. That is not so. Dangote refinery is still in the pre-commissioning stage. It has not been licensed yet. We haven't licensed them yet. They're still in pre-commissioning. I think they're about 45% completion rather. So we cannot rely heavily on one refinery to feed the nation, because the Dangote is requesting that we should suspend or stop all importation of petroleum products, especially AGO and jet kero, and direct all marketers to the refinery. That is not good for the nation in terms of energy security, and that is not good for markets because of monopoly. So, in terms of quality, currently the AGO quality in terms of sulfur is the lowest, as far as West African requirement of 50 ppm. Dangote refinery, as well as some modular refineries, like Walter Smith's refinery, Arade refinery, they're producing between 650 to 1,200 ppm. So in terms of quality, their quality is much, much inferior to the imported quality.
What I want to ask is how much of forward sales agreement affects our own part of this whole ecosystem? Because the Dangote had raised alarm that he's not getting crude. And people are saying, well, you know, the federal government has a responsibility to provide you that crude because of the JV agreement. He had to go and buy WTI, even if it's cheaper, the logistics involved and all of that. So I want you to speak of how much is impacting the entire ecosystem in terms of our production ability, because we also understand that the government is also falling short in terms of funding for the production process itself, which affects the output.
Also, government has always been falling short, I mean, in the last probably 20 years. So that's probably not news. So when you look at Nigeria as at today, we do about 1.25 million barrels per day. When you check the JV agreements or the production sharing quota, once the IOCs take their part, maybe we'll probably end with like half of that, like $750,000 per day. You will recall that the previous government had made forward sales on the crude oil, which means that some of the loans that was taken, particularly even the loans that were used for the elections, were based on the crude that we are yet to produce. So there's a significant amount of that goes into servicing those debts. There has also been one or two loans by this government, I think the one with IMF, which takes about 18% of our crude sales. So at the end of the day, you come up with about 200,000 barrels, which is what we use for our activities today. It is from there that our forex earnings come from, and it is part of the reason why we are not able to have enough forex for the naira. It should be understood that when you have a refinery like the capacity, like the one that Dangote has, it is also his own responsibility to ensure that his supply chain is sustained. So in other words, he has to look at options. If for any reason the NNPC that was relying on failed, then where is he going to get his supply from? And that is why he has to go abroad. There is nothing, absolutely nothing, that anyone can really do apart from breaking contracts to satisfy him. We have significantly low amount of crude, which is, by the way, responsible for 75% of our forex. And that cannot just be diverted to one person. That is the reality on the ground. People may not say it because of the implications, but it is the fact that for them to change that, people are likely to take Nigeria to court. There will be issues of credibility in the international market, because some of all those contracts, they are 20-year-old contracts, they are 30-year-old contracts, they are contracts of 15 years, which we have been doing, and we must do for us to have credibility in the market. So one of the things as an option way forward for the Dangote refinery is for him to also drill his own field. In other words, he should, because of his strategic importance, be given an oil field. That oil field he should drill and then pump the crude for himself.
Wow, that's a big one. So, I don't know. So you're saying literally that Dangote should literally swim with the sharks. So welcome to competition. Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's the reality. You know, sometimes truth is not easy, but truth is what it is. I mean, I think it was Martin Luther King Jr. that said that you can squash the truth on the floor and stamp on it, but surely it will rise up again. The fact of the matter is that as at today, Nigeria cannot afford to give him the amount of crude that he wants. It is not about activism. It is about basic, fundamental economics and operational reality.
Okay, maybe with this information for those, everyone involved, and especially for Nigeria, for a proper frame of reference, maybe we'll just have to brace up for what we're facing at the end of the day, because this is more like energy security optimism has to be cautious given the scenario you just painted. I must thank you, Mr. Alabode Showumi, energy expert, for bringing perspective to this conversation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to be here.